One day, five individuals are dragged into an unknown location. A bizarre killer claims that everyone here committed a sin and starts off a deadly game. Nobody wants to participate, but they are forced to play along to survive. If you are one of the participants in this game, would you be able to survive until the end? Let's see if you can make better decisions and ultimately beat the traps in Jigsaw. A man is being chased by the police for an unknown reason. He finds a location with an X mark and runs towards it only to find a single remote control. The police demand him to put down the remote and surrender, but the man says that five people will die if he were to comply. After several minutes of confrontation, the man presses a button on the remote and gets riddled with bullets. An ominous number pops up somewhere, signaling the start of the game. Five people are trapped in an unknown secret room. They fall into a panic after waking up to a disconcerting situation. They try to take off the strange helmet on their head, but the helmet is tied to a chain, which is attached to a wall in front of them. There are nasty saw blades sticking out of the said wall, and of course, they are not just for show. An announcement starts just in time as everyone falls into panic. The announcer says that all five people present here are dirty little liars. If they confess their sin right now, they will be freed from this dire situation. The announcer also warns that breaking the given rule will lead to a ruthless elimination. And the game begins. The participants are told that they can end the first game simply by offering a bit of blood. The chain connected to the helmet starts to wind up and the saw blades ahead of them spin wildly. It's easy to imagine the horror that will soon take place if they fail to take the helmet off. And there is this imbecile who remains asleep while everyone else is losing their minds with fear. The others pull on the chain and try everything else they can think of in vain. They are all right in front of the wall already. Just then, a weak-witted woman recalls what the announcer said. She offers her blood by reaching out for the saw blade and barely saves herself. The others also manage to escape when the woman tells them about the solution, except for the man who was taking a nap, and so only four remain after the first stage. The four survivors enter into the next stage. Jigsaw on a bicycle appears in front of them and shows a piece of paper that reads, "Confess." Soon after, the game starts again, and the four rack their brain to remember their sins. This man starts off by confessing that he sold a motorcycle to a child, resulting in the child's death. This woman confesses that she lost her child because of her husband's mistake. But their confession weren't good enough to stop the game from commencing. This man finds a recorder attached to a Jigsaw's body and stops the game for a while. Now they will get lifted up and choked to the death if they don't finish the game. The man follows what's written on the memo and presses play. Suddenly, three syringes fall from above. Each syringe has a random number written on it. This recorder informs that one of these four people, who is a liar and a thief, is injected with a poison. One of the syringes that were dropped in front of them contains the antidote for that person. Injecting the right syringe will break their chains, but if they make the wrong choice, everyone will die. No one is willing to get the injection, so they try to figure out which one received a shot of poison by looking for the injection mark. One woman is acting suspiciously for some reason. The man catches on quickly and tells the woman to pick one of the three syringes. The woman fears that she'll die from choosing the wrong syringe. She admits that she committed a crime in the past but refuses to take a pick. Then she abruptly says that her life is worth $3.53. Just then, the contraption is back on again and woman still cannot pick a syringe. Everyone eventually gets pulled up in the air, sensing that they will all end up dead. The man injects all syringes into the woman. The machine stops working at last and everyone is released from the chain. However, the woman who gets injected with the antidote and the poison ends up dying. Turns out that the $3.53 mentioned earlier held the correct answer for the syringe. Still, they cleared the stage, but the game doesn't advance to the next one. This smart-looking man takes a closer look at the syringe and realizes that the number on it is the hint for them to move on to the next stage. Surely enough, the number holds the right passcode for the room, so they all enter into the next stage. The next stage also takes place into a mysterious enclosed room. One of them walks up to a very suspicious-looking door, which of course was Jigsaw's trap. The man gets caught in a gruesome wire trap that cuts into his leg. While taking a closer look, they find another recorder next to the wire. They try to using the farm tools nearby, but Jigsaw's not making things that easy. They're left with no choice but to retrieve it with their own hands. But using a direct approach was surprisingly harmless. The recorder says that they will be freed if they pull the lever. But it's painful obviously what will happen to his leg if they pull the lever. Just then, the light goes out, revealing one spot that shines intensely. They step into an area cautiously and finds a remote handing off a string. The two work together and successfully gets the remote. But then, the door closes. Jigsaw appears when the woman presses the play button and starts the game again. Suddenly, a huge amount of grain starts pouring in where the man and the woman is at, and the only one that can save them is this man. The grain piles on fast. This man has to give up on his leg in order to save them. But of course, no one can give up their leg that easily. Suddenly, the grain stops pouring in. But their relief is short-lived when all manner of blade object begins to rain in. In the end, the man gives up his leg at the sound of their desperate pleas. The man's courageous act saves their lives. Just then, the headlight on the car turns on. There is another ominous X mark on the car and another record in it. The recorder has this man's name written on it. As soon as the play button is pressed, the man gets caught in a trap. A while ago, when everyone was confessing, this man said that he sold an ordinary motorcycle and killed an innocent boy. But the truth is, the man sold the vehicle for $600 even though he knew the brakes were broken. Moreover, the dead boy was also Jigsaw's nephew, so this man will get punished accordingly. Even so, the benevolent Jigsaw says he will spare his life if he pulls the brake inside this trap. Will this man be able to pull the brake in this trap and save himself? And what sin did this woman commit to end up in this mess? This has been Jigsaw. Jigsaw tells the story of 5 individuals who are being punished for the sins they have committed. Would you be able to remain calm in this trap and escape with your life intact? Jigsaw is 8th movie in Saw series, and although the film received mixed reviews due to its brutal and ghastly scenes, it's certainly not a bad watch for a Saw fan. I will end this introduction on the movie Jigsaw, which I'd recommend it for those who are into this kind of genre. I'm Daily Movie, and thanks for watching.
Still feel the same.